Hello and welcome to Space, the Final Frontier. I'm Professor Davis and this is Professor Thomas. So Professor Thomas, Earth, is it really flat? Thanks Professor Davis. Planet Earth, let me explain. 500 years ago, people thought that the world was flat. Sailors thought that if they sailed far enough, they would sail off the end of the earth. When sailors finally sailed around the world, they realised that the world wasn't flat, but was spherical, like a ball. I see. Thank you for clearing that up. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Fowler from Cambridge University Physics Department. So, Dr. Fowler, is it true? The sun, is it really just a large current bum?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Professor Davis, but no, the sun is not a large current bum. It is actually a ball of burning gas and plasma. If you look up into the sky during the daytime, you will see the sun. The sun is 4.5 billion years old. Even though the sun looks small in the sky, we could in fact fit 109 planet Earths inside the sun. The reason it looks small in the sky is because it is 91 million miles away. Light from the sun takes just 8 minutes to reach us. Without the sun, Earth could not support life. It gives Earth the warmth, the light. That's all life needs.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fowler. It's rather disappointing finding out that the sun is not a large current bum, but I can live with that. Thank you for your time. Now I'd like to introduce the world-renowned foremost expert in solar affairs, Dean of Harvard University and Professor of Sunshine and Sun Tanning, Professor Woodhouse, PhD. So Professor Woodhouse, can you explain to the boys and girls how on Earth the Earth moves around the sun?
Thank you, Professor Davis. The sun is at the centre of the solar system. It stays at the centre. The Earth orbits. That means moves around the sun. It takes 365.25 days for the Earth to travel around the sun. We call this a year.
I see. Now can you explain why we have day and night? Is it really just because someone is switching a big light on and off?
Not exactly. Let me explain. As the Earth is orbiting the sun, the Earth is rotating. It takes 24 hours for the Earth to rotate once. The part of the Earth which is facing the sun is the daytime. The part of the Earth which is facing away from the sun is in the night time.
So even though it looks as though the sun is moving across the sky, it's actually us that is moving.
Who's a clever boy then?
Thanks Professor Woodhouse, and thank you for your time. Now I'd like to introduce Professor Asquith. So Professor Asquith, the moon, is it really made of cheese? And one further question. The man in the moon, he looks a bit like my granddad. Could it be him?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you on both accounts. No, the moon is not made of cheese and it is not your granddad. The moon is 1/3 of the size of the Earth.
Are you sure? It looks about the same size as the sun, and I've just learned that the sun is much, much bigger than the Earth.
Well, yes, but you must remember, the moon is a lot more close to the Earth than the sun is. Trust me, the moon is smaller than the Earth, and the moon orbits the Earth. It takes about 28 days for the moon to orbit the Earth.
Thanks, Professor. Can I introduce a special guest onto the show? This is the part of the show where a viewer gets to ask a question. So, John, what's your question?
I've seen the moon. It's made of cheese.
I thought that.
The moon comes out at night and it's shiny and it keeps changing shape because it's made of cheese and the space mice keep eating it.
No, and no. The moon does not change shape. It is a sphere, like the Earth. The moon does not shine. The light from the sun reflects off the moon's surface and is reflected onto the Earth. The moon has no light of its own. The moon only appears to change shape. As it orbits the Earth, we can only see the side that is sunlit, or part of the sunlit side. And finally, the moon does not come up at night. It is easier to see at night because it is the brightest object in the sky. During the day, the sunlight is brighter than the moon's reflected light, but you can still see it during the day. You just have to look carefully.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Professor Asquith. So there you have it. You heard it here first on Space, the Final Frontier. It's official at last. The moon is made of cheese.